Suspense, which is usually heard at this hour on Thursday nights, is taking its customary summer holiday. Suspense returns to the air next week on Thursday, September 1st.
You are groping through the midnight darkness of a gigantic department store. 100 eyes are staring at you. 100 hands are reaching for you. And your most urgent desire is to escape.
We offer you Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure. Tonight we escape to a fantastic world of night dwellers, as John Collier imagines it in his eerie story, Evening Primrose.
Sadie. Sadie, what's the matter? It's me.
Oh, you nearly scared me to death. What do you mean coming in so quiet?
I didn't mean to scare you. I thought you'd be asleep. I didn't want to wake you.
Oh, Sam, I'm glad you're home.
Hey, what's the matter?
Oh, it's terrible. You gotta do something, Sam.
What's terrible?
It's this. Just look at this.
What's terrible about that? Looks like an ordinary pad of paper to me.
That's just it. That's what I thought, too. But it's got writing in it. It's awful.
Now, wait a minute. Maybe you better tell me what this is all about.
Well, today I went shopping at Bracey's department store.
Yeah?
I needed some writing paper, so I picked this up. It was on top of the pile, and I bought it, and I brought it home.
So?
But tonight when I opened it, I found it's got writing in it.
Well, that's nothing so terrible. Just take it back tomorrow and make them give you a new one.
No, you don't understand. It's what's written in it that's so terrible.
What do you mean, what's written in it?
Here, you gotta read it.
Oh, Sadie.
No, right now. Now read it.
Look, Sadie, I'm tired. I've been bowling all evening.
Please, Sam, please. Just read it.
All right. For Pete's sake.
Sam.
October 13th. Today I made my decision. I decided to say goodbye to the world. To get out, leave, break away. And I have done... Sadie, this is...
Sam.
And now I am free. Really free. Yes, I am free at last.
The world is an intolerable place for a poet. I was broke, starving at my wits' end. And then I had the brilliant idea. I'd escape to a place where I had no need to earn a living, where I could write to my heart's content in peace and security, and where everything was free. And where is this place? Right under your nose. So close you'd never think of it. I am now living in Bracey's department store. I arrived this afternoon. I had spent 3 days looking over all of the department stores in town. I decided on Bracey's because of the completeness of their food department. Therefore, this afternoon I entered the store and went immediately to the 4th floor to the rug department, and hid myself in this dusty, out-of-the-way corner behind a pile of carpets. After the store closed, I tiptoed as far as the stationery counter and got this paper, the writer's primary need. And now, after making my first entry, I'll stroll around the store and get food, wine, the pillows for my bed, perhaps a fancy dressing gown. Oh, this is perfect. Here I'll be able to write. Dawn, October 14. I am almost too unnerved to write this. The whole thing is unbelievable. After the store was dark and completely quiet, I crept out and started for the food department. One's steps echo hollowly in an empty department store at night, and I I found myself gliding along the floor on tiptoe, moving as silently as possible. But the sound of footsteps persisted, and suddenly I realized they were not my own. The night watchman. I was in the Salon Moderne, and quickly I seized a mink coat from a hanger, draped it about my shoulders, and stood stock still. I could have reached out and touched him, but he passed without so much as a glance. I started to smile, but the smile froze on my lips. I was looking straight into a pair of eyes, large, flat, luminous, inhuman eyes, 12 feet away. They belonged to a creature dressed as a man, but he was as pale as something found underneath a stone. His hands, hanging motionless at his sides, looked more like the fins on a fish than human hands.
Not bad.
Huh?
For a beginner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know anybody else lived here.
Oh, yes. We live here. It's delightful.
We?
Yes, all of us. Don't you see? Huh? Look around you.
I looked around and saw nothing. I looked again and saw an old one come clambering out from behind a clock. There were 3 elderly ingenues, incredibly emaciated, pale as lace, almost transparent, simpering before a perfume counter. A chintzy lady swam out from the curtains and drapes, and they came swarming thick around me, pale, thin, wispy, moving silently, fluttering like gauze in the wind, whispering.
A detective. Send for the dark men.
They were pressing around me, clawing, holding me, their pale faces contorted with venomous, inhuman hatred. I was paralyzed. All I could do was repeat over and over again. I'm not a detective. I'm not. I'm not a detective or a burglar. I'm a poet.
Then what are you doing here?
I've renounced the world. I came here to live where I could be alone, away from the world.
Why, then he's come over to us. He's just like us.
He's come over to us, the poet.
He must meet Mrs. Vanderpant.
Yes, Mrs. Vanderpant. She's coming now.
I followed their eyes toward the balcony, and the hair on my neck rose again. There, coming down the wall like an ancient spider, clambered an old lady, wrinkled and cracked and emaciated. She must have been at least 80, a shadowy matriarch. And the things around me bowed and scraped as she reached the floor and floated toward us.
What's going on here? Where is that stupid girl? What's keeping her?
Oh, Mrs. Vanderpump.
Well, what is it? Who's this, Mr. Roscoe?
Mrs. Vanderpump, may I present Mr.
Snell. Charles Snell.
Yes, Mr. Snell. He's a poet. He has come here to live.
Oh, he has he?
That's what he says, and I believe him.
Well,
He avoided the night watchman quite neatly. For a beginner.
Thank you.
Very well. We shall see. A poet would find inspiration here.
Mr. Snell, Mrs. Vanderpump is our grand old lady.
I am quite the oldest inhabitant here, Mr. Snell. 3 mergers and a complete rebuilding. But they didn't get rid of me. Where is Ella? Where is my bluff?
She is bringing it, Mrs. Vanderpump. It will come.
Terrible little creature. She's our foundling, Mr. Snell. She's not quite our sort.
Is that so?
I have been here, Mr. Snell, ever since the terrible times of the 80s. I was a young girl then. A beauty, they said. And poor Papa lost his money. Braces meant a lot to a young girl in those days. So when I wasn't able to have a charge account, I came here to live. That's better than a charge account. I was quite alarmed when others began to come after the crash of 1907, but it was the dear judge,
How do you do?
the colonel,
How do you
Mrs.
do?
Bilby.
How do you do?
Mrs. Bilby writes plays.
Oh,
And comes of an old Philadelphia family. Oh, you will find us quite nice here, Mr. Snell.
I'm sure I will.
And, of course, all our dear young people came in 1929. Oh, their poor papas jumped from skyscrapers. They couldn't bear to be without charge accounts either.
All these nice people live here?
Oh, and many more.
Oh, here comes Edna with my broth. Come, you stupid thing.
Yes, come, Ella, come.
Yes, sir, I'm coming as fast as I can. Here.
On the table over there, Edna. Be careful. Don't spill it.
Oh, but she's young.
Well, of course, she is a little younger than most of us.
And she's different. She's beautiful.
That's right. She's really not our sort.
Well, you shouldn't say such things. She can hear you.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Mrs. Bilby, please. You'll understand these things better after you've been here a while, Mr. Snell.
But it seems to me that...
Mr. Snell, we have certain rules here. They are necessary for our survival. I'm sure you won't find it hard to observe them.
Yes, but
I
listen...
should advise that you try. If you do not, it would be most unfortunate, Mr. Snell. Most unfortunate.
In just a moment, we will return to the second act of Escape. But first, if you want lots of stars, you won't have to look through a telescope or be hit over the head. All you have to do is tune in over most of these same CBS network stations next Monday night and every Monday night thereafter, and you will find all the stars. They'll be on the Lux Radio Theater, playing in radio adaptations of your favorite motion pictures. Don't forget the Lux Radio Theater, one of 5 great shows on CBS every Monday night. And now we return to the second act of Escape, and tonight's story, Evening Primrose.
October 15. I planned to quit my hiding place, mingle with the crowds, and leave Braces forever. But just at dawn, Mr. Roscoe brought me a cup of coffee, which must have been drugged, for I fell asleep, and when I awoke, night was closing over the store once more. Later. I have spent my second night here. I saw Ella again. Ella, the pearl of this remote, fantastic cave. She's not like the others. Trifle pale, but otherwise normal and human and beautiful. A child of perhaps 18. She's the only thing that makes this nightmare bearable. October 20. Escape is impossible because of the dark men. Who are the dark men? I don't know. But the inhabitants threaten any transgressor with these dark men. Speaking to the night watchman would be suicide. I'm convinced that neither Ella nor I could get out of here alive. She and the night watchman are the only real people here. And how the others hate the night watchman.
Odious, vulgar creature. He reeks of the coarse sun.
Oh, come now, Mrs. Bilby. He's really a personable young man. He's very young for a night watchman.
Mr. Snell, sometimes I wonder about your taste.
You must not stay so much to yourself. You must become better acquainted with our ways.
That's quite true. You must come to the play tonight. We're going to be entertained with one of Mrs. Bilby's tragic comedies, Love in Shadowland. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
I'm sure I will.
It's really a festive occasion, you know. Wanamaker's is coming over.
Wanamaker's?
Yes. The entire colony over at Wanamaker's is coming here en masse to attend the play.
You mean there are people living in other stores?
Oh, dear, yes. Didn't you know? Of course, the best people live in Bracy's and Wanamaker's.
Oh, come now, Mrs. Bilby. There are some very nice people at Altman's.
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Bilby.
Oh, hello, Ella.
Good evening, Mr. Snell.
Well, what is it, Ella?
Please, ma'am, I'd so love to see you play tonight. May I have your permission?
Certainly not. You know better than that, you stupid creature. You know where you belong. In the basement by the garbage cans.
But, Mrs. Bilby...
Hush, Mr. Snell.
Ella, you're becoming entirely too forward of late. I'd advise you to watch your step. Remember the dark men.
Oh, no, please, Mr. Roscoe. I'm sorry, Mrs. Bilby. Excuse me.
Well, how can you treat her like that? Why do you always frighten her? And what is all this about the dark men?
Well, you see...
Oh, please, Mr. Roscoe, not now. You'll spoil our whole evening. I do so want Mr. Snell to enjoy my play.
Very well, Mrs. Bilby. Later, Mr. Snell.
But I want to know about the dark men.
Later.
October 21. I found an opportunity to speak to Ella alone. Last night at the play, I induced a fit of hiccups. As I anticipated, I was sternly reprimanded and told to go and secrete myself in the basement where the night watchman wouldn't hear me. This was exactly what I had planned. I went to the basement, and there in the darkness, among the garbage cans and the rats, I heard sobbing. Ella? Ella? Ella, is that you?
Yes.
Why are you crying? What is it, Ella?
They wouldn't even let me see the play.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, Mr. Snell, I'm so happy.
No, you mustn't cry.
You're the only one who's kind.
Ella, why do they treat you so differently?
Because I'm not like them. I didn't choose to come here.
You mean you're held prisoner?
Yes. You see, I was only 6. I came here on a shopping tour with my mother. I got lost and fell asleep behind a counter. It was dark, and when I awoke, they found me. Some of them wanted to send for the dark men because they were afraid I would tell on them, but Mrs. Vanderpant said no. I could stay and be her maid. I've been here ever since.
Since you were 6, but haven't you ever tried to get away?
Oh, no. I don't know anything about out there. I wouldn't know what to do. Besides, I'm afraid to take the chance. If anyone tries to get out, they send for the dark men.
Ella, who are the dark men?
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, tell me.
You know how people live in all the stores, at Gimbel's and Bloomingdale's.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the dark men live at the undertakers.
Good heavens.
And whenever someone dies or breaks the rules or when a burglar gets in and sees these people and might tell, they send for the dark men.
Well, that's horrible. They
put the body in the butcher shop in the food department, and then the dark men come. I saw them once. It was terrible.
What do they do?
They go in where the dead person is. They have wax with them and all sorts of things. And when they're gone, there's just a wax model left on the counter. Then our people put a frock on it or a bathing suit and mix it up with the other wax models in the window, and nobody ever knows.
Ella, you mean all these dummies around us?
Oh, not all of them, but if you displease these people, the same thing will happen to you.
October 30. Once more, I'm frozen with terror. Not for myself now, but for Ella. They hate her. At any time, they might turn against her and send for the dark men. My mind is filled with her. I dream of her every day. I live to see her at night. We've managed it several times. They trust me now and let me roam about without interference. Finally, tonight, I met her again and said it. Ella, I love you.
Charles.
I love you, Ella. Let's get married, or whatever they do here, and then we can live together in my home in the carpet department. They wouldn't dare hurt you then.
Charles.
No, don't look so dismayed. If you like, we'll go away from here. Maybe we can get transferred to Bergdorf Goodman's overlooking Central Park.
Don't, Charles, don't. You mustn't.
But I love you.
Please, Charles.
Ella, you're not in love with someone else?
Charles, yes. Yes, I am.
But who? I thought you hated them all. It must be Roscoe. He's the only one that's young enough.
Oh, no, Charles, not Roscoe. Especially not him. I do hate them all. They make me shudder.
Well, who is it then?
It's he.
Who?
The night watchman.
No, that's impossible.
I love him. He smells of the sun.
Ella.
Oh, it was wonderful, the way it happened. Don't tell me, Charles, or they'll punish me.
No.
I was careless, and there he was, coming around the corner in the ladies' lingerie department. I was caught. There were only some wax models and their underthings, and there was nothing else to do. I slipped off my dress and stood still.
I see.
He stopped near me. He looked at me, and, oh, Charles, he spoke to me. He said, "Say, honey, I wish they made him like you on 8th Avenue." Charles, wasn't that a lovely thing to say?
Well, personally, I should have said Park Avenue.
Charles, don't get like these people here. It doesn't matter what avenue. It was a lovely thing to say.
Well, what can you do about him? Ella, he belongs to another world.
Yes, to 8th Avenue, and I want to go there. Charles, are you really my friend?
Yes, of course I am.
Then I'll tell you. I'm going to stand there again in the lingerie department, so he'll see me.
And then?
Perhaps he'll speak to me again.
Ella, you're only torturing yourself. You only think that you love him because you think he'll take you out of here. But you don't know that he will. And I will, Ella. I've made up my
Oh,
mind.
no, Charles, I couldn't let you do it. Even if I loved you, you couldn't do it, Charles.
Why not?
Because you really belong here. You've become one of them now.
Oh, Ella, you mustn't say that.
It's true, and... Charles, I've got to go. There's someone watching us. I feel it.
Oh, no, wait, Ella.
Goodbye, Charles.
No, Ella, come back. Ella.
Please, Mr. Snell. You'll arouse the night watchman.
Roscoe.
Yes. Love can be very upsetting, can't it?
You heard?
Just the last moment or so. Very touching. So, she loves another. Too bad. Who could it be? Could it be that I am the cause of your heartbreak?
Oh, you flatter yourself too much, Roscoe.
And who? Your judge? Certainly not. The colonel? Hardly.
None of those.
Not one of the customers? The staff?
No, she loves the night watchman. Can you imagine that? She loves the night...
Oh?
Roscoe, look, I shouldn't have said that. It's not true. You wouldn't do anything. Tell anybody. This is a secret between us, Roscoe. Huh? Between friends, isn't it?
Of course. As secret as the grave.
Look, she's young. Perhaps he'll leave and she'll forget him. In time, who knows, perhaps she'll learn to love you or me.
Of course, in time.
And we'll figure a way to keep her safe here.
Absolutely safe. Now, don't you worry about it. It's almost dawn. Time for bed. Good morning, Mr. Snell.
Early evening, November 4. I was a fool. I should have known he couldn't be trusted. He must have gone straight to Mrs. Vanderpant. This evening, the atmosphere has changed. People flicker to and fro, smiling nervously, horribly, with a sort of frightened, sadistic exaltation. An informal dance in the record department has been called off. I cannot find Ella. I'm going out again now to look for her. Roscoe, what have you done with her?
Quiet, the night watchman.
I don't care. What have you done?
Whatever I did for your own good, as well as the good of us all.
Wait a minute. What's that? What are those people carrying? Why, it's Ella. She's tied up. They're carrying her. Ella! Ella!
Stop it, Mr. Snell, stop it.
Let me go. Let me go.
No, stop, Mr. Snell, stop it. You'll rouse the night watchman.
But they're taking her into the butcher shop. Ella!
Yes, Mr. Snell. Those are the dark men.
Midnight. I'm scribbling this last entry hurriedly. There and there, in the butcher shop, with Ella, the dark man. There's only one thing to do. I'm going to find the night watchman and tell him he and I will save her if we can. And if we're overpowered, well, I will leave this pad on the stationery counter. Tomorrow, if I live, I'll recover it. If I do not, whoever finds this and reads it, look in the windows. Look for 3 new wax dummies. 2 men. One rather sensitive looking and a girl. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, and her nose turns up a little. Look for us, and then find them, smoke them out, exterminate them.
Avenge us.
Oh, Sam, isn't it horrible?
Wow.
We gotta do something. We gotta tell somebody something. Oh, Sam, what'll we do?
Do? Nothing. Go to bed.
But, Sam...
Whoever wrote this has sure got a weird sense of humor, hey? Probably some clerk down at Bracey's ought to be fired.
But, you mean you think it's just a story?
Are you kidding? You don't believe this stuff, do you?
Well, I don't know. I just thought...
Ah, forget it, baby. Snap out of it. I shouldn't leave you alone. You get too many ideas when I go out bowling at night.
Oh, Sam. But don't you think maybe we ought to just take it back and show somebody?
Nuts. It's not worth the bother. They'd laugh at you, baby. They'd think you were crazy or something.
Yeah. I guess you're right. I guess it was silly.
Forget it. Come on, let's go to bed. I'm tired.
Sure, Sam. Golly, you know, there for a while I sure was scared. Well, I even forgot to tell you what I was going to tell you. Sam, I found the cutest dress today, only $19.95.
Yeah, baby?
Yeah. It was in the window at Bracey's, and it was on a beautiful little wax model with blonde hair and blue eyes and a turned-up nose. And there were 2 men standing beside... Sam!
Escape, produced and directed by Norman MacDonald, tonight brought you Evening Primrose by John Collier, adapted for radio by John Dunkel, and starred Ben Wright. Featured in the cast were Georgia Ellis, Harry Bartell, Vivi Janis, Wilms Herbert, Lois Corbett, and Ruth Parrott. Music was conducted by Sandy Courage. Next week's Suspense returns to the air with Gregory Peck in a terrifying radio play, Nightmare. Be sure to be with us at the same time next week when once again we present a story well calculated to keep you in suspense. You've got a date with a beautiful blonde Monday night. She's My Friend Irma, the comedy starring Marie Wilson. Returning to CBS for a sparkling new season of laughter, My Friend Irma is one of the exciting lineup of Monday night shows you'll hear over CBS this fall. Marie Wilson as the comic misadventuress will delight you when her brain goes into reverse with hilarious consequences for all concerned. Remember, My Friend Irma returns Monday, August 29th, the same Monday night that Lux Radio Theater comes back to CBS over most of these same stations. This is Bob Lamont speaking. Now stay tuned for Crime Photographer, which follows immediately over most of these same stations.
2 weeks from tonight, October 5th, You Bet Your Life, starring Groucho Marx, will be heard at this time over most of these same CBS stations. We offer you Escape, starring Victor Mature. Escape, designed to free you from the four walls of today for a half hour of high adventure.
You are camped in the dry mountains of Mexico. 100 yards from a treasure in buried gold, a beautiful girl is sitting across the fire with a gun. And somewhere out in the night, a horseman waits, like the girl, for you to make just one mistake.
Tonight, with Victor Mature as Toby Manning, we escape to Mexico with a story of conflict between love and a lust for gold, as Jeffrey Household told it in The Fortune of Vargas from his exciting novel, The Third Hour.
It was dark and hot. The tropic night air was like warm steam. Night sounds drifted over from the docks, and from the native quarter of Panama City, I stood outside the hotel entrance and looked up at the lighted window on the third floor where Bately was waiting. After tonight, I hoped I'd never see his ugly face again. Somewhere, somehow, I had to make the break. Okay, you can have your 3 weeks off, but you'll never do it.
You haven't got the guts to break away.
Bately, it doesn't take guts to break away from a lousy job peddling mining machinery in Latin America.
Now, look, Toby. You could be South American manager in 10 years if you'd settle down and work at it and stop beating your head against the wall.
Yeah. Maybe in 25 years I could retire and drop dead. Look, all I need is one right break, and I'll take it from there. Any kind of a break.
You need more than a break, Toby. If one fell right in your lap, you'd play it just so far, and then you'd start doubting yourself. Or somebody else. And that's what would beat you.
Maybe so. But I've got the next 3 weeks.
Now, look. Every time I come to Panama, you say you're going to quit. Every time you tell me a big chance for real money is just around the corner. Why don't you get wise to yourself?
All right. Lay off of me, will you, Bately?
Report to me in New York on the 29th. I'll lay out your new schedule for you.
Don't count on it.
You'll be there, all right. I'll give you odds on it. I'll bet you don't do a thing except sit in the sun for the next 3 weeks.
Sit in the sun for 3 weeks. That would suit Bately fine. To see me come crawling back again. Well, I didn't have a definite plan, but I knew I'd keep on the move. I was so fed up with Bately, the job, mining machinery, I'd have jumped at anything. A guy in a mood like that can get into plenty of trouble. And 3 days later, I found it.
Gracias al Dios. Bienvenido, Senor Manning. Welcome back to Colón and to the Café Madrid.
Hi, Emmanuel. What's new?
New? Pues nada, amigo. The world grows older, but that is not new. Here. Siéntese, amigo. Sit down.
Thanks. How's business? Say, place is empty.
Pues sí, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but never it is interesting, senor. In fact, I have said to myself, with a life of this kind, I am, how do you call it?
Fed up?
Sí, senor.
Yeah, so am I. Look, why don't we team up and start a revolution somewhere?
Ay, caramba. I was in one once in Mexico. I was a capitan with General Lara. No, we were defeated.
Lara was ambushed somewhere around Torreon, wasn't he?
Sí, amigo. We were outnumbered and he was killed. But I was more lucky. I walked 300 kilometers to the seacoast. Escape on a Dutch freight ship. Ay, caramba. I hope I will never do that again.
Yeah, I hope so, too. You know, there's not much profit in revolution. All right, let me have a rum, Manuel.
See. Here you are, senor.
Thanks.
You were wrong about the revolution, Senor Manning. In Mexico with General Lara, I made a fortune like a man never dreams about.
Enough to open this cafe? Look, I don't call that a fortune.
Senor Manning, in Mexico is $500,000 in gold, which belonged to me.
$500,000? Yeah, sure.
It is true, amigo. I swear it. You would take a little chance for that much, perhaps, huh?
Perhaps.
Bueno. Then we are going to have talk tonight. I have already decided that before you come here this time.
I don't get it. What do you mean?
Why you think I ask questions from you always when you come here, huh?
You tell me.
Because I wish to find out if you are right man for the plan I have. I have decided you are, bueno.
Well, then, let's talk.
Tonight at my casa.
Why not now?
You think there is no danger for one who knows the secret to a fortune? One must be careful.
A fortune? The big chance. Come on, Manuel. Let's get over to your casa and start dealing the cards.
So as I tell you, Senor Manning, everything works according to the plan which General Lara has made. The dynamite explodes and the train is wrecked. Our men break open the freight cars and load the pack horses and ride for the rendezvous at Torreon.
Everybody except you and General Lara. Was that it?
Si, senor.
Yeah.
We are the only ones who know of the shipment of gold which is secretly on board. We find it, of course, load our horses and head north to the hills with the Federales close behind us. At nightfall, we bury the gold and ride for Torreon. And 4 days later, General Lara is killed, and I escape, as I tell you.
And the gold is still there. $500,000 worth?
Si, senor. And I am the only man who knows where to find it. But if I enter Mexico, I will be executed within 24 hours. That is why I need a partner.
You've got one.
Only one thing, amigo. Do not think that there will be no danger. In Mexico are thousands of bandidos who will cut your throat for 1/10 as much money.
And on the other hand, a half a share in a fortune, $250,000. I'd shoot the works for a whole lot less than that.
Bueno. Then I will explain to you how to find the fortune.
What is it?
Cuidado. I hear somebody move outside the window. Vamos a ver.
Careful, Manuel. Manuel, away from that door. Here, let me get the lights off. There. Did you see who it was?
No. I think the shot come from the bushes across from the door.
Well, maybe we better take a look. Let's get through the door fast and step to the side. You got your gun?
Si, senor.
Okay, let's go.
I do not hear anything, senor.
No, and it's as black as a hat. I'm going across, Manuel. Keep me covered.
Bueno. There is nobody there, amigo?
No. Whoever it was must have run down the alley there as soon as they fired. Say, you got any ideas?
Pues no, amigo.
Look, Manuel, if nobody but you and Laura knew about this gold, and Laura is dead, then how come the shot? And why have you been packing a gun?
Senor Manning, when there is a treasure so big as this, it is possible that even the coyotes can smell it. You still wish to go on?
Yeah, I still wish to go on. 3 days later, on the train between Mexico City and Durango, I got a few of the answers, or thought I did. The coach had been empty most of the way except for a couple of soldiers up ahead and a few Indians near the back. I was busy watching for some of the landmarks Varga had given me, so I didn't pay much attention to the Mexican girl who came in and sat down in the seat opposite. That is, not until she spoke.
Senor, you're wasting your time. It's 3 kilometers farther yet.
What?
The place where the train was wrecked. I said we're not there yet.
Honey, I don't think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, you're lying. You know well enough. And do not call me honey, senor. My name is Consuela.
Consuela? That's a pretty name, honey.
Do not play the fool with me. Manuel Vargas tell you where he hide the gold, so do not lie to me.
Oh, so it was you out there in the bushes with the gun that night. You know, you're a bum shot.
I do not try to hit somebody. I only shoot to have the chance to get away. You are a fool if you think because I am a woman I am weak. I know all the tricks of men. They are perros, dogs, all of them. And I would not trust one that far.
Okay, honey, take it easy. Take it easy.
I spent a long time to find Manuel in Colon. I watched him. But I learned nothing until you come. And now I am here for my 1/2 share of the gold.
What do you mean? Your half?
General Lara was my father.
So that's your angle. Well, you'll have to work that out with Varga. I don't know anything about it.
I am telling you now. You still think I'm a silly girl who can do nothing, huh? Look, senor.
All right, look. It's a nice gun. Now, you better put it back now. You see, honey, if you shoot me, you'd have no one to lead you to the gold. I know where it is. You don't.
Si, senor. So you lead me to it. And don't forget, I'm very good at shooting.
Okay, honey. For the time being, count yourself in.
Gracias. But have no mistake, senor. I shall take my share of this gold, even if I must kill you to get it. You understand?
Sure, I understand. We'll argue about that later.
And something else, senor.
Yes?
Do not call me honey.
Bueno, señor. ¿Todo está listo?
Yeah, I guess we're ready to pull out. How about it, Consuelo?
Si, senor, whenever you wish.
Well, thanks a lot for your trouble, Senor Pascuales. Say, you know, it looks like you've rented us 5 of the best horses in Durango.
Es nada. It's very bad country where you are going, senor. Perhaps you would like to hire a guide. Huh?
No, thanks. I know that country pretty well.
But of course, seguro. And you are going to call at the mine, you and the senorita, and sell machinery, verdad?
Yeah, that's right.
I think you need a guide, senor. Some of the mines are very hard to find, especially the gold mines.
Gold mines? Oh, well, as far as I know, it's all lead and silver country up there.
Pues sí, mostly it is, but there is an old saying, gold is where you find it, verdad?
Vámonos, senor. We're wasting time. This man would be of no help to us.
How do you know? Ever seen him before?
Of course not. Why you ask?
Just wondered.
I've never seen him before. Vámonos, senor. Come on.
Okay, honey. Adios, senor. Vámonos.
Goodbye, my children. Oveja Fanchito, have my horse ready to leave at once. I'm going to take a little trip.
You are listening to Escape, starring Victor Mature. Tonight's a big night on CBS, for the welcome mat is out for 2 of radio's greatest shows, The Bing Crosby Show and The Return of Burns and Allen. In just a little while, over many of these same stations, Der Bingle will be on hand with his songs, his humor, and his guests, comedian Abe Burrows and Peggy Lee. Right after Bing's housewarming, George and Gracie will keep the celebration going with the first of their new series. So stay with us tonight for Bing Crosby and for Burns and Allen in their opening shows on CBS, where this fall you hear them all.
Tune in this fall for the shows that you love best of all. Listen carefully, here's the address. It's CBS.
And now back to Escape, starring Victor Mature.
We camped at dusk about a quarter of a mile from the spot where the train had been dynamited. Vargas had given me directions, starting from there. After we ate, I lit a cigarette and rolled up in my blanket and watched Consuela across the fire. She was worth watching. I kept wondering about several things, but mostly who the horseman was who has been following us all day. I'd seen the dust cloud hanging back a mile or so behind us ever since we left Durango. I didn't say anything about it to Consuela. I still hadn't decided what I was going to do about her. I figured I was fairly safe from her or from anybody else until the minute I tipped off the location of the gold. And right then's when the picture would change, and change plenty.
Senor Manning, why you stare at me like this?
Just wondering some things.
Things? What things?
If a girl like you would really kill me just for gold.
I do not trust anybody, senor.
All right. But let's drop the senor. Make it Toby, huh?
You wish. It's of no matter to me. Toby.
Look, suppose I made a deal with you. String along and don't start any trouble until I get the gold to New York. Then if you're really Laura's daughter, I'll try to get Vargas to agree on a 3-way split. 1/3 for each of us. What do you say?
I think I do not like it. In New York, I will be in strange place. Here I'm at home. Here, too, I have gun. Quien sabe?
Well, think it over anyway. It's your best bet. I'm going to turn in now. We'll start early in the morning.
Pues, see, I will think it over. But, senor, Toby,
Yeah?
I wish you to know that I do not trust you either.
Okay, honey.
I do not trust anybody. You understand that?
Sure, I understand. Good night, Consuelo. The second day out, the traveling was 10 times as rough. And all day long, that same dust cloud stayed with us, following a mile or so behind. I knew there'd have to be a showdown sooner or later, but not yet. When we finally made camp at nightfall, I was dripping with sweat and dog-tired, and Consuelo was slumped in her saddle. All of Manuel's landmarks had checked out during the day, and although she didn't know it, the gold was supposed to be buried within 100 yards of our camp. This was the night to trim the cat's claws. I was counting on one thing, that she couldn't stay awake 2 nights in succession. And I was right. By 2 hours after dark, with the full moon barely above the horizon, Consuelo was sound asleep. I slid out of my bedroll and moved quietly around the fire towards her. I knew the gun was under the blanket at her head, so I bent over her and slowly, gently slid my hand under and found it, eased it out into the open inch by inch, and dropped it into my pocket. I'd forgotten about her knife until it glinted in the moonlight. She leaped from the ground and came for me.
Pero ladrona!
I lunged for her wrist, grabbed her, I hung her while she struggled, twisted, fought like a panther. As small as she was, I could hardly hold her.
Let me go! Let
I
me go!
couldn't get hold of her other hand. I don't wonder the knife might slip loose at any second. Back and forth we fought in the moonlight, stumbling and slipping, but staying on our feet. I could see only one thing to do. I pulled her towards me, bent her arm back, and twisted. Drop it, Consuelo. Drop that knife.
No!
Drop that knife! Sorry. You should have dropped it.
You broke my arm.
No, it's only sprained. Better than being cut to ribbons the way I'd have been.
Why you waste time talking? You think I'm afraid to die? You're wrong. You have the gun, you have my knife. Go ahead, kill me. Why you wait?
Wait a minute. Where do you get this idea I'm going to kill you?
Seguro, why else you wait for me to sleep and steal my gun?
Oh, you silly little fool. Look, I was trying to make sure you wouldn't take a shot at me after we located the gold tomorrow.
You were not going to kill me?
Of course not. Look, why don't you get smart and find out you can trust somebody once in a while? Now, wake up now and get some sense in your head.
Your hands off
I'll
me.
shake some sense into you if I have to...
That you're hurting me. Why you look like that?
You little devil.
No comprendo. What are you going to... No! You kiss me.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
I think you're going to kill me, then you kiss me.
Yeah. Here. Here's your knife.
But Just now you take it away from me.
I know. But look, you better keep it for protection.
I do not understand.
Never mind. Just take it.
Oh. Gracias, senor.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to turn in now, and look, you'd better get some sleep, too. We got a tough day tomorrow. And, honey, if you decide to cut my throat during the night, make a clean job of it.
Toby, are you awake? Toby.
Yeah.
Buenas noches, Toby.
Maybe I was a fool to give her back the knife. Still, if she wanted to kill me, it wouldn't make any difference. She could knock my head in with a rock while I was asleep just as easy. I'd never known a woman like her. At 10 o'clock the next morning, we found the gold.
That is all, Toby. There's no more.
No, it's all on the pack horses. Now look, starting right now, we're going to ride hard until we hit the Narcissus River. Somebody's been following us ever since we left Durango.
What? How you know this?
I don't know who it is or why. Maybe you do.
How could I know? Toby, I swear I do not.
Okay. Here. Now look, you better take your gun back. You may need it in case we get separated.
Separate? I'm going to stay with the gold.
Sure you are, but you better take the gun anyway. Now, come on, let's go. Mile after mile, we pushed our horses on the trail to the north, riding most of the day over broken basalt rock to hide our trail. There was no dust cloud to show whether anyone followed, but I was sure somebody did. I was hoping to reach the Narcissus River before the showdown came. I knew there was only a rope bridge over the narrow gorge, and once across, I would cut the ropes and close off any further chance of being followed. So we pushed the horses and rode, hour after hour. By late afternoon, Consuelo complained more and more being tired, wanted to stop and rest, and I couldn't be sure she wasn't trying to slow us down. Two hours after dark, we reached the river.
Toby, the bridge there ahead of us. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so tired.
You're not alone, honey. Lucky there's a moon. This thing's no cinch to cross in the dark.
He looks very weak. He's only held up by ropes.
It's safe enough. Whoa, boy. Whoa, now. Whoa. Here. Hold my horse. I'll lead the pack animals across on foot.
Toby, be careful.
Are you worried about me? Or the gold?
Hurry, please. Take them across. Wait.
I think that will not be necessary, senor. You will put up your hand. Do not move.
Can you see him?
He's in the shadow, right by the bridge. It's Pasquales, that guy in Durango. Were you expecting him?
Toby, I swear to you that...
Bastante. Senor, you will drop your pistol on the ground. Very slowly, please. Gracias. It was very kind of you to discover the gold for me.
How did you know we were looking for it?
Oh, I forgot to tell you, in Durango. I'm Sergeant Alberto Pasquales, formerly with the 4th Regiment of General Lara in the Army of the Revolution.
One of my father's soldiers.
For 5 years, I have waited for Capitan Vargas to come back for the fortune which I knew he had stolen. Stand out in the moonlight, please. Bastante, that's far enough. Now I lead the horses across the bridge, and then I cut the rope so that you cannot follow me. If you move, I will have to kill you.
Toby.
Quiet, and don't move.
He does not know I have a gun.
No, Consuelo. No! No, don't! Don't!
I had you move!
The pack horses reared at the shots. I lunged to stop them, stumbled into Consuelo, grabbed her, and held on her to keep her from falling. The half-mad animals carried Pasquales out onto the bridge and drove him along in front of their pounding hooves.
I heard the rope supports creak and groan, and then snap with a loud crack. And like slow motion, the whole end of the bridge gave way. Pasquales and the 3 pack horses loaded with gold had plunged down into the gorge below.
Toby, I'm hurt. Very bad.
Hurt? What do you mean?
When he shot, I feel the bullet here.
No, easy now. Look, you're going to be all right. Now, don't worry.
No, I'm not afraid to die. Toby.
Yeah.
I like it very much when you call me honey.
Sure, honey. I'll be calling to that thousands of times. Well, I'll be... Consuelo! Consuelo! I knelt there in the moonlight, holding her in my arms, with the bare brown hills of Mexico around me, and cursed myself for a fool. The gold was gone, lost in the torrent at the bottom of the gorge. But it didn't seem to matter very much. I'd found a greater treasure. And because I had too little faith, that treasure lay dead in my arms. I lowered her gently and sat there for a long time. Then I picked up the gun she died trying to use. The empty gun I'd taken the cartridges out of because I didn't trust her, and threw it into the gorge. Then I dropped down on the ground and wept. I remembered Bately's words.
You need more than a break, Toby. If one fell right in your lap, you'd play it just so far. And then you'd start doubting yourself, or somebody else. I told you you'd show up, Toby. You even got here a day early.
Yeah, I know, Bately. Well, let's settle up my schedule.
You must have had yourself quite a vacation. You didn't find the big chance, did you?
No, I didn't find it.
Well, what'd you do? Just sit around in the sun for 3 weeks? Come on, tell me about it. Didn't anything happen?
That's right, Bately. You hit it square on the head. Nothing happened. Not a thing.
Escape was produced and directed by Gordon T. Hughes. With Victor Mature starring as Toby Manning, tonight we have presented The Fortune of Vargas, adapted for radio by Les Crutchfield. Victor Mature will soon be seen in the 20th Century Fox Technicolor production, Wabash Avenue. Next week, we escape with Van Heflin, starring in Joseph Hergesheimer's terrifying story, Wild Oranges. Good night, then, until this same time next week, when once again we offer you Escape, starring Van Heflin. This is CBS, where Bing Crosby can be heard every Wednesday night. The Columbia Broadcasting System.